Welcome back here in Worthen Arena for this men's volleyball matchup between the Ball State Cardinals and the Princeton Tigers. And the Tigers take set number 4, 23-25. They win. And now taking a look at the graphic on the screen, the Princeton Tigers are looking good so far this season in set number 5. They are 2-0 in set number 5 this season after being 1-5 last season in 5 sets. Their only win last season against Penn State. We mentioned that Ball State played a 5-set match against the Princeton Tigers last season in Princeton, New Jersey. So once again, we have a 5-set match, and 15 points will determine it all. Win by 2, that is.
Free volleyball, I guess that's what they say when it goes into overtime. In any other sport, just a little bit extra. And it's, of course, we talked about how these teams will be closely contested, and they are making us look pretty smart.
And now taking a look at set number 4 highlights, you see Cody Kessel going in with the tip. He's been phenomenal tonight, has 18 kills on the night, approaching actually his season high, that is, in kills. His season high is 22 against Harvard earlier this season, but the Ball State Cardinals seemed like they had everything in control in set number 4 until a late run by the Princeton Tigers, as you see Brendan Serrain finishing off the kill, then the block from Scannell and Pia, and then really that was the story. That last highlight you just saw with the block from the Princeton Tigers as Princeton turned on their defense, and Ball State offense really just stalled the last 5 points of that match as Princeton made their run.
Princeton wasn't going down quietly. They're like I just said, it's two evenly matched teams, both with great talents on both sides, and it's pretty fitting that this match is going down to a 5th and final set.
And really, if you take a look at the hitting percentages, they can kind of tell you the story of the night. In the first set, pretty even between the two teams. Ball State finished that match 26-24. And then Princeton, looking at their second set hitting percentage, they went 500. Ball State went .077. So there was a huge gap there. Princeton won that set 25-15. Then Ball State led in the hitting percentage category. They won set number 3. Then Princeton came back with a .269 hitting percentage just last set. Ball State's hitting percentage of .120. And in no coincidence, Princeton came out on top 25-23, and really by a late run in that set number 4.
And Ball State's, they're having a little bit of trouble handling Princeton's serves, their serving attacks. They have 7 reception errors to Princeton's only 4. And it's just little things like that that they need to clean up, and if they want to win this 5th and final set.
Kendall Ratter back to serve now for Princeton. He started every set off. If Princeton is serving, he started it, and Mike Scannell somehow gets that tip through 2 blockers, really just pushed it, and it went off the hands of Junior Obo for the kill. 1-0, Cardinals take the early set number 5 lead.
Scannell and Garchette should be breathing a sigh of relief since that miscommunication is not coming back to haunt them.
And now a kill from Junior Obo. And an interesting note, back in on the court is Jonah May, the backup setter that has came in at times tonight for Chris Kennedy, but they made the switch once again. 1-1, every point matters here in set number 5, as they only play to 15, win by 2. Garchette sets it over to the left side to Scannell, who goes for the cross-court kill. 2-1. Cardinals take the 1-point lead as Iago Garchette walks back to serve.
I think Scannell has heard me talking about him over here, as that ball almost took my head off as we sit here.
Garchette's serve picked up. Now Cody Kessel's attack on the left side, blocked at the net by Nimchevsky, and the Cardinals take the 3-1 advantage here in set number 4. Back to serve once again is Garchette. on the left side. Cody Kessel cannot be dug out in the back row. Looked like a forearm was put up by David Ryan Vandermeer. That wasn't going to stop the heat behind that ball. And the Cardinals' lead is cut to 1.
I don't know, there for a second, it looked like he kind of might have just ducked out of the way of that one. I cannot really blame him, seeing how fast that's coming off of Kessel's arm.
Jonah May now back to serve. His service sails long. It looked like some hesitation from David Ryan Vandermeer, but he made the right decision as the service sails long. And now Jack LaSure, the only player on the team from Indiana, checking in to the match for the first time as a service specialist. Also along with him was Matt Sutherland, who checked in. Jack LaSure earlier on in the season was really a surefire server, then started to rack up some service errors, and Walton's trust seemed to go down. Garchette now free ball over to the Tigers. Devin Stearns on the left side, blocked at the net. Nimchevsky's cross-court kill hit off of the hands of Kendall Ratter, and that was the second time this match that we've seen that. All of the Tigers have been saying that it's going out, and Kendall Ratter thinks otherwise and puts a hand on it, and that's what gives the Ball State Cardinals the point. It was not blocked at the net. Jack LaSure's serve goes down the line, and now it's Cody Kessel on the right side. He attempted a cross-court attack, ended up getting blocked out of bounds, but nonetheless a kill and a point for the Tigers as Mike Scannell checks back in for Jack LaSure.
And if you watch Cody Kessel right now, he's a man on a mission. Even after he scored that point, there was no big celebration, no screaming. He said he slapped hands with his teammates. He said, "Let's go," and he walked straight back, and now he's serving.
You can see almost the determination in his eyes back there as he was getting ready to serve that ball. Now Kendall Ratter on the left side. Free ball back over to the Tigers. Devin Stearns' attack hits off of Matt Sutherland and Alex Pia out of bounds. Point to the Tigers. 5-4. Ball State's lead is now only 1 in set number 5. Cody Kessel once again back to serve for the Tigers. Hard right-handed serve picked up from Vandermeer in the back. Alex Pia barely got a hand on that attack. Kendall Ratter's attack picked up by Scannell. Nimchevsky's attack dug out in the back row from Kessel. And now the attack by Devin Stearns, once again blocked at the net by a combination of Pia and Sutherland, but it went out of bounds yet again, and it's a point to the Tigers.
A little deja vu there. That was almost pretty much the same exact play that had just happened. It's not come together for the Cardinals right now. It's just real close, inches.
Cody Kessel now back to serve. And Chevsky on the right side, down the line attack, hit the line. And the line judge ruled that it hit the line, but the head judge overruled it. And it's going to be a point to Princeton. They take the 6-5 lead here in set number 5.
And it looks like the judges are coming in. They're going to talk to him maybe.
And Ball State Sports Link is your social media leader for Ball State Sports. Join over 18,000 fans with Sports Link on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search Ball State Sports Link and follow at BSU Sports Link, as Kenneth Cohen has been preaching all night in that great suit he has on tonight. Earlier we referenced that he does look like a preacher, and he's been preaching to follow Ball State Sports Link on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And he's definitely a guy I'd listen to. Ken's a good guy, a better dresser, and he's really killing it with the social media updates, so shout out to Ken Cohen right now.
As you said, the timeout by Joel Walton. He's obviously worried a little bit here in set number 5 as Princeton put together a run. Ball State was leading 5-2, and now on a 4-0 run, the Tigers have the 1-point advantage, and set number 5 decides it. First one to 15, but it is win by 2 here in set number 5. Both teams will switch sides at the 8th point in the set. So we have yet to get to that. 2 more Princeton points would do it, or 3 more Ball State points. Cody Kessel now back to serve. Sutherland's attack on the left side goes cross court for the kill, and he ties the set up at 6.
And Sutherland, he's definitely adding a little something that's been missing, bringing something in off the bench to help bolster this offense.
Alex Pia now back to serve. The finesse serve picked up in the back row. Right-sided attack from Devin Stearns. He's been having success over there on the right side, and once again gets the kill for the Tigers as they lead 7-6. Now Will Soroki back to serve. We saw Kurt Thiemann in the game in set number 4. We've mentioned in the broadcast that he is second on the team in kills per set. He's only played 11 sets this season though, but we have not seen any of him in set number 4 now. As the serve goes into the net, and it ties the set up at 7. And this point will take us to a side swap as Nimchevsky's serve picked up in the back row. Devin Stearns' attack is blocked at the net by Brendan Serain and Matt Sutherland.
And Sutherland stepping up in that senior role, coming in. He could hang his head and be upset that he didn't start, but he's coming in and making his presence felt, and hopefully he can continue to make his presence felt, and the Cardinals can pull this one out.
So what a match we have right now in Worthen Arena. 5th set, 8-7. Can't get much closer than that as the Ball State Cardinals lead by 1. But a MEVA and EVA matchup here tonight. Princeton, a member of the EVA Conference, and Ball State of the MEVA. Ball State, important tonight to get this win because they play 2 more games this week at Lindenwood and at Quincy. It would be nice to start off on a high note for the week on a Wednesday night here in Worthen Arena. Now the attack on the left side by Ratter, and it's an into the net by Iago Garchette. He's arguing with the judge, but it's not going to work, and Princeton's going to pick up a point.
And that was just what I was about to talk about, is even though that might have been a close call, it's still the call. And Ball State, with so few precious points left, they need to be sure to not make those mistakes, take care of the ball, and don't shoot yourself in the foot when it's coming down to this close in the match.
And definitely regroup after that mistake. Iago Garchette can't dwell on it too long. Blocked at the net by Junior Obo, but Brendan Serain drops down. Kurt Thiemann could not get to it after the Obo block. And so Serain gets another kill, adding to his great night, and 9-8, the Cardinals have the 1-point lead. Right after that mistake by Garchette, I heard Martin Nimchevsky call out, "All right, next play, let's go, get it back together." Like, he was trying to move Garchette on, and now Junior Obo with the hard right-handed swing into the face of Martin Nimchevsky. You hope Martin Nimchevsky is all right for the Ball State Cardinals to finish this set off, but what a kill by Junior Obo.
And if you watch Princeton right now, after every point, it's just business. They're not jumping up and down, slapping each other. It's just turn around, next point.
And now the hard service from Ratter picked up in the back row. Nimchevsky, free ball back over to the Tigers. Chris Kennedy is once again back in at the setter position, and the bigger story is Junior Obo, who looks like he's trying to take over late in this match. 10-9, Princeton takes the 1-point advantage here in set number 5. They only need 5 more points and win by 2 here in this set to come home with a victory after a hard-fought match. Brendan Serain now in the middle, drops the hammer right through the middle of the Princeton defense.
And Serain has done quite well here in this 5th set. He's trying to will the team to victory as he steps back to serve.
And you definitely want him back to serve if you're Joel Walton. Service gets over, down the line, serve. Junior Obo right back to him. Mitch Wheeler can't pick it up in the back row. And Obo, it looks like Chris Kennedy is keying in on him. He's going to be the guy to bring him back.
And that's just textbook volleyball right there. A great set, a quick hit by Obo, and with all the power that he's packing, there's not much you can do.
11-10, Princeton's 1-point lead. Obo's serve sails long for a service ace, and once again tied at 11, just back and forth here in set number 5. Can't get much tighter of a match in Worthen Arena.
I have a feeling we might be here for a little while.
Exactly, neither team wants to go home the loss. And in this type of match, it's so heartbreaking to go home with a loss. A bad pass in the back row by Insbury. Now an attack by Thiemann. Scannell with the cross-court kill. Scannell is hot. And they need to continue to go to him. If you're Iago Garchette, key in on him. 12-11, the Ball State Cardinals take the 1-point advantage here in set number 5 as Sam Schweisky takes the timeout. We're going to keep it here. And the Ball State Cardinals really trying to close this out in Worthen Arena, but neither team is giving an inch.
Sweet, sweet redemption for Mike Scannell. His 9th kill of the game, and it looks like he's got his mind right, and he's not hanging his head from his earlier woes, and he's going to be able to pull through for the rest of the game.
And Princeton continues to inch closer to that victory over the Cardinals. They have not had a victory in the all-time series, even dating back to their club volleyball days. They are 4-0-1. We mentioned in the pregame, and then with these two programs being NCAA official programs, varsity programs for their respective schools, Ball State is 2-0. A 2011 matchup, Ball State won 3-0 at Princeton, New Jersey, and then just last year, we mentioned it, a 5-set thriller where Ball State came back from 2 sets down and won that one in Princeton, New Jersey. So since these two teams have been in NCAA programs, Ball State's 2-0, and Princeton is thirsting for that victory here late as they only find themselves down 1 in Worthen Arena with Iago Garchette walking back to serve in set number 5. Service picked up in the back row. Cody Kessel, that's your man, and it cannot be dug out in the back row from Vandermeer. He looked like he jumped in front of Mitch Wheeler, and Wheeler may have had the dig if Vandermeer wouldn't have dove in front of him, but that's just Vandermeer's effort, and you really can't fault him for that, but maybe he needed to trust his teammate Mitch Wheeler a little more to make that dig.
And we've talked about Cody Kessel all night. One thing to pay attention to is that's his 21st kill. His season high is 22, and you got to wonder if that might be at the back of his mind to seal this victory with a kill to break or match that.
And now Martin Nimchevsky just to barely tip over. It was almost a free ball over. Martin Nimchevsky jumped straight up, and I think he maybe got a fingertip on that ball just to send it down and get himself a kill in the stat column. 13-12, Ball State leads by 1. As we've said all match, and definitely in this set number 5, you can't get a tighter match than this in men's volleyball. We'll see if this ends at 15 points. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it didn't.
And that's a sign of good leadership and good coaching. Both teams bringing their A game in this 5th and detrimental set.
Mike Scannell back to serve, picked up in the back row. Cody Kessel on the right side, blocked at the net by a combination of Pia and Wheeler, but it goes out of bounds, and Kessel is going to be awarded the kill. Princeton the point.
And there's his season high. Now if he can get one more, he will surpass that number.
And Kessel now back to serve. Hard right-handed swing picked up by Scannell in the back row. Now Nimchevsky on the right side, dug out by Insbury, but it's an into the nest by one of the blockers on the Tigers. And Ball State, this is the best opportunity you're gonna have. Back here with Alex Pia back to serve on the left side, 14-13, and a timeout by Sam Schweisky. He had one more, and so he's gonna take it here late in this match. 14-13, Ball State has the 1-point advantage here in set number 5.
In football, you talk about icing the kicker, calling a timeout to give him a little bit of time to think about it. Maybe coach from Princeton is thinking about icing Alex Pia right now and make him think about this serve just a little bit. He's only a sophomore. It's a big moment. We'll see how he steps up and lives up to the expectations.
Well, the interesting part about Alex Pia is that back at server, he has had minimal service errors tonight, and by saying that, Coming into tonight, he had 0. He has 1 tonight. He had his first of the season earlier on in this match, so maybe you're right. Maybe Schweisky's trying to get in his head a little bit, but Alex P, only 1 service error on the year. You would think that he tried to key in and just get it over the net. He goes with that finesse type of serve. All he's focusing on is getting it over the net. He's not trying to get an ace on you. He's trying to set up the Ball State defense in a good position to stop you on your offensive attack.
Right, he's gonna try and get it over. Hopefully the Cardinals can then play good defense, no errors, and they can send this one home. Here we go.
Exactly, here we go. Alex Pia back to serve now on the left side. Ball State leads here in set number 5, 14-13. Match point. Jonah May back in at center. The attack by Devin Stearns. Pancake dig by Alex Pia.
Kicked by Garchette.
What a sequence, and now Scannell just can't backpedal quick enough to pick up that kill from the middle from Soroki, but great defensive effort. You thought that maybe was going to be the play that ended. We had that a couple nights or a couple weeks ago with Garchette kicking the ball on the very last play of the match, and Ball State ended up getting that victory. But once again, Soroki finished with the kill, and 14-14 here late in this match. Set number 5, the tightest match you can possibly have. Nimchevsky on the right side, cross-court attack, dug out in the back row from Kessel. Free ball over from May. Vandermeer gives it to Garchette. Now Serene sends it home through the middle. 15-14. Once again, the Cardinals have match point, and it's going to be Martin Nimchevsky back to serve.
And the fans come to their feet. They're alive. They're in it. The bench of the Cardinals is alive, and they are cheering Nimchevsky on to end this thing.
We'll see if he can maybe even get a service ace. We'll see if he goes power. He does with the right hand, picked up in the back row. Stearns on the right side. He goes right in the middle of the Ball State defense. All tied at 15 now in set number 5.
And I think the only people cheering in this building right now are the 2 Princeton fans sitting directly across from us holding up the Princeton sign.
And they've switched positions throughout the match, I've noticed. Whichever side Princeton's on, they go on, but they're on the opposite side right now. Now Wheeler on the left side, attack dug out in the back row. Back row attack from Kessel, he sends it home. 16-15, now Ball State on the ropes here in Worthen Arena. Devin Stearns back to serve, and it's gonna be a timeout by Joel Walton, the 17th year head coach for the Ball State men's volleyball squad. 16-15, Princeton leads by 1. How much tighter do you want in a volleyball match?
I told you we might be here for a while, but you see that both these teams are stepping up. Neither they put in this much time. They're in a 5th set. Now we're in extra points. Free volleyball for everyone, and neither team wants to relinquish this game and admit defeat. So who knows? We might be here for a little even longer.
And as you just saw, the replay from Cody Kessel just came from the back row, and 3 blockers were attempting to get a hand on that at the net for the Cardinals, but all of them unsuccessful. And Cody Kessel, the All-American honorable mention from last season, puts it home, and I would expect Princeton to continue to rely on him late in this match, but neither team wanting to give an inch and wanting to give this match up after they fought so hard, especially Ball State, because they have 2 more matches this week. They play at Lindenwood in St. Charles, Missouri on Friday, and at Quincy in Quincy, Illinois on Saturday. So they have a packed week. They're going to be tired going into those 2 matches regardless after this fifth set match here. They definitely want to go into those 2 matches with a victory instead of a defeat. And now a service error from Devin Stearns. That's kind of a sigh of relief here in Worthen Arena, because even if the ball was in play, you were going to get nervous if you were a Cardinal fan. And now Mitch Wheeler back to serve for the Ball State Cardinals. Only 1 service error on the year, gets that one over. Attack on the right side by Stearns. Picked up in the back row. Now Serene sends it through the middle. And a kill for Serene, a point to the Cardinals, and now they have match point once again.
A great set by our player to watch, Iago Garchette and Brennan Serene, doing the Rain Man, doing what he's been doing all night, making Garchette look good and sending it home.
Now the service, junior oboe. Really looked like he just dunked that one, just pushed it. That's all he had to do as the Ball State Cardinal defense was wide open on the right side. 17-17 here in set number 5. Kendall Ratter back to serve now for Princeton. Lining it up. Picked up in the back row from Scannell. Not the greatest pass. Garchette adapts. Scannell goes at a 95-degree angle almost and sails it long. And Kendall Ratter, the man that they like the most back there at server, is back there. Match point for Princeton. 18-17, and Ratter, we'll see if he can work his magic back there at the service line and finish this match with a Princeton victory. Into the back row, Vandermeer picks it up, over to Scannell on the left side. This time he goes tip, and it gets through the Princeton defense, all tied once again at 18.
Man, we might play just the whole, we might just go ahead and call the 5th set. We're playing to 25. That's how bad these teams want it, going back and forth right now.
Scannell, it looked like he may have even been nervous that the point after he hits it long out of bounds, that time he elected to go with the tip to be sure that he played it inbounds.
And nobody was home.
Serene back to serve. This is the man for the Cardinals that you want to have back there. Cody Kessel, attack picked up. Bump from Garchette. Scannell's attack blocked at the net, still on the attack. Now a joust at the net. A joust, another one at the net. Junior Obo over the net. Cardinals still on the attack.
Everybody's on their
free
feet.
ball over. Cody Kessel back, picked up in the back row from Wheeler. Now Nemchevsky, cross-court attack. Dug out by Princeton, settling down now. Kessel, a bad set, dug out by the Cardinals. The best rally of the night comes on this point. Jonah May over to the left side. And a sailing long attack by Cody Kessel.
And he knows it, he's shaking his head. How about this volleyball right now? These teams have waited to play their A games. They've waited to save it for this 5th and final set, and we're in extra points. This is great volleyball.
Exactly, you can't applaud both teams enough. 19-18, and that's the point you're gonna choose to have the best rally of this match all night. Ball State, with Brendan Serene back to serve, has a chance at match point. And with that type of play, last point, Ball State has a lot of momentum. May lobs it up to Obo, dug out in the back row. Garchette to Scannell, blocked at the net, picked up in the back row from Serene. Now Wheeler, finesse attack, joust at the net. Scannell, Junior Obo, a double hit by Princeton is going to give the Ball State Cardinals the victory, 20-18 in set number 5. And what a match.
Look at Garchette right now. He's just breathing a sigh of relief. It is finally over. He can barely believe it. What a match and what a way to end this game. Everybody standing up on their feet.
Exactly, and 20-18, set number 5, that's gonna finish it. It is a heartbreaking loss for Princeton. It would have been a heartbreaking loss for either team, but the Cardinals come out on top and get their 3-match week off to the right start as they have an exhausting set number 5 here in Worthen Arena. And you just see players breathing heavy, sigh of relief. We're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have our post-game report for this men's volleyball broadcast, a thriller between the Ball State Cardinals and the Princeton Tigers on SportsLink TV.
Hey, can you help me move?
Oh, you know what? I'm stuck at the office.
Hi, I'm moving.
No problem, sir. You can get your Xfinity services installed on the date you choose or have a self-install kit sent to your new home.
Thank you.
Finally get some help moving. Call 1-855-MOVE-EDGE today.
It's the matchup sales event at your local Ford dealer, and the top seed is Ford, the brand more people search, buy, and buy again. At the point, Ford Focus with great handling. Now get up to $4,000 total cash or 0 for 72 plus up to $500 cash back. And at Center, Ford Fusion with great efficiency. Now get 0 for 60 plus up to $1,000 cash back or up to $2,500 total cash. You won't find an easier pick. Make it Ford and make a fast break to your Ford dealer.
Fox College Sports, CBS, ESPN. Impressive clients for college students. We write, direct, and produce our Emmy-nominated programs daily. We even designed our own virtual set. Ball State. Education redefined.
This is speeding. This is in a rush. This is fast food. This is accelerating. And this is happening too fast. This is the express lane, getting a ticket, and this is the fast track. This is the fastest in-home Wi-Fi for all rooms, all devices, all the time. This is Xfinity Internet. Call or click to get started today. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
The Mid-American Conference. We come from many places. We're as different as the games that we champion. But behind every great play, beneath every uniform, lies something even greater. Because the real goal is building better people. The Mid-American Conference. Sportsmanship for life since 1946.
Welcome to a world where new is not as new. The parallel universe.
Sweetie, didn't we watch this movie last week?
Not much choice with AT&T Uverse, Dave.
Sir, Xfinity On Demand has way more movie choices.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Don't get trapped in the Uverse. Get 3 times more movies with Xfinity On Demand from Comcast.
Stoops Automotive is proud to present Ball State's only all-sports magazine show, telling the best stories in Ball State athletics. The Emmy Award-winning Driven airs locally on WIPB-TV, across the state on Comcast Indiana, nationally on Fox College Sports, and on demand at ballstatesports.com. Ball State Sports Link and Stoops Automotive, driven to be the best.
Out here in Worthen Arena after a thrilling match between the Ball State Cardinals and the Princeton Tigers. The Ball State Cardinals come out of this one victors 3-2. Set number 1, 26-24. Set number 2, 25-15 in favor of Princeton. 25-22 BSU, 25-23 Princeton. And then right back at you, 20-18 Ball State. It was just back and forth the whole game. Really, you could look at set number 5 and say that that represented the entire match tonight.
That painted the whole picture. All you had to do was watch those last couple of points. I thought that they were going to actually play all the way to 25. They're like, heck, we played this long. Why not just go all the way for it?
Exactly, and set number 5 resulted in a thrilling match as they had last season. Princeton lost at Princeton, New Jersey in a 5-set match. The Ball State Cardinals came back from 2 sets down. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will have Martin Nimchevsky joining us on the post-game report. We'll come back on SportsLink TV for this men's volleyball recap here in Worthen Arena.
The Mid-American Conference. We come from many places. We're as different as the games that we champion. But behind every great play, beneath every uniform, lies something even greater. Because the real goal is building better people. The Mid-American Conference. Sportsmanship for life since 1946.
It's the matchup sales event at your local Ford dealer. And the top seed is Ford, the brand more people search, buy, and buy again. At Ford, Ford Escape with available foot-activated liftgate. Now get 0.9 for 60 plus up to 500 cash back or up to 2,000 total cash. And from the perimeter, Ford Edge with available EcoBoost efficiency. Now get 0 for 72 plus up to 1,000 cash back or up to 3,500 total cash. You won't find an easier pick. Make it Ford and make a fast break to your Ford dealer.
If you don't believe in yourself, you're done. If you don't believe in your teammates, you're done. If you don't believe in your coaches, you're done. You got to root for your brothers. You got to believe.
Dancing is my passion. I never imagined it could help children with autism, transforming their lives and mine. I've learned I can make an impact that will last a lifetime. I love to dance and was born to teach. Ball State. Education redefined.
And back out here in Worthen Arena after a thrilling match between the Ball State Cardinals and the Princeton Tigers. Went 5 sets and Ball State pulled it out 3-2. And now sitting down with us here on SportsLink TV in the post-game show is Iago Garchette. First of all, thanks for taking the time out and joining us on the post-game show. Yes. And first of all, my first question has to be, in set number 5, it seemed like both teams just refused to go down. What was the mentality and what was the mindset on your side of things?
It's really hard to keep a positive mentality, throughout all five games. And, I kept talking to the guys, got to do this, we can do this, and we were up most of the time and just kept, letting them come back and, getting a couple points in a row. But, I was a winning mentality, and I think our team lives off of energy. And, I kept talking to them all the time, and I think that was the difference, One point in the end, I was out of breath. It was a really hard time, to keep it up, but we did it. I'm really glad we won in 5.
You talked about the end there. We saw you after the game was over. You just kind of had like a sigh of relief. What's your mindset after a crazy couple of points like that?
It's really hard. It was a really long match, and when the rallies are long, it's even worse, because we're not used to that. That doesn't happen really often. But we've been practicing hard. We've been doing a good job of conditioning and stuff, and playing together. I think it was hard, man. It was a hard time, but I think we overcame that, and we did a good job there.
And this week alone, you have 3 matches tonight, and then you face Lindenwood on Friday and Quincy. So you're going to be traveling all over the place. What type of toll does this take on your body, first of all, and then mentally, second? Just getting back, regrouping, celebrate the win, but then getting back focused on those next 2 matches.
Yeah, it's definitely a short week for us. We haven't had, this kind of week, 3 games in a single week. So definitely go back home right now, rest a little bit. And tomorrow, I think we're not going to practice tomorrow just to rest our bodies after this long match and, just keep focused. This win was definitely really important for us. We have 2 conference games coming up this coming Friday and Saturday, and we need to win those games, and coming out here and playing well, playing as a team, and showing that we can do it together, even though some of our starters, 2 of them are actually hurt, but I think one of them is going to be able to come back in this weekend. So it was good to show that we have a team. We don't live off of 6 players out there. We have more players that can compete in a high level too, and we're ready, man. We're ready to go out there and play those 2 teams, and keep fighting, and hopefully surprise a lot of people here.
Well, Iago, thanks for joining us on the postgame, and go celebrate the win.
Yeah, we will. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
We're going to take a quick break here on SportsLink TV, but when we come back, we'll have more postgame for you here in Worthen Arena. After this thrilling match between the Ball State Cardinals and the Princeton Tigers, we'll be back for more on SportsLink TV.
Welcome to a world where new is not as new. The parallel universe.
Sweetie, didn't we watch this movie last week?
Not much choice with AT&T Uverse, Dave.
Sir, Xfinity On Demand has way more movie choices.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Don't get trapped in the Uverse. Get 3 times more movies with Xfinity On Demand from Comcast.
Welcome back out here in Worthen Arena once again. A thrilling match tonight between the Ball State Cardinals and the Princeton Tigers. The Ball State Cardinals pull it out in set number 5 by a score of 20-18. Neither team would back down, but that's going to do it for us here tonight. For my partner in crime, Ryan Bickford, and our sideline reporter, Kenneth Cohan, I'm Corey Stace saying so long. Thanks for watching another SportsLink TV broadcast, and have a great night and a safe drive home.